As a graphic designer and logo enthusiast, I wanted to eventually make this video, because if you have been watching wrestling at the turn of the century, how could you not want to talk about this? I mean, look at this. This is absolutely disastrous. Could you imagine if you were working for a company with this as its logo? Jeezy cripes. Just what is it supposed to be exactly? I have seen dozens of articles about the worst company logo redesigns, and I was shocked that many editors didn't remember this logo at all or decided to leave it out entirely, while other companies like Gap get all the flack for once having logos that aren't even half as bad as this. At least a logo like this is legible, at least a logo like this was simple, versatile, and had the potential to be recognizable. At least the company that once bared this logo didn't fold less than 3 years later. The WCW logo from 1999 had none of those characteristics, and this was a company that was still very relevant at the time, in which at some point, anybody had the chance to see it, either online, in a newspaper or magazine, or flipping through the channels. To anybody, this should either have been the creepiest logo, or the most unmemorable, in which they don't even notice it's a logo. They had their previous logo for 12 years until they decided to retire it. Look how vintage it is, look how minimalistic it is, look how hardcore it is. It was perfect for a company that produced pro wrestling. Even WWE liked this logo a lot better. It has stood the test of time. But if they insisted on a new logo, it was clear that whoever was in charge of paying for it had no taste in art at the time. The guy must have told the graphic designer, "Hey, we need something huge, sharp, and edgy. I don't care if you can't read it, I don't care if it looks bad. We just need a new logo for a new millennium." I don't understand what just having a new logo and a new presentation was going to do for WCW's ratings at the time, because it clearly didn't help matters over in Atlanta. This new logo was everywhere on WCW programming. The watermarks, the Monday Nitro and pay-per-view logos, and let's not forget, it was the stage as well, as if officials were under the impression that viewers would enjoy the new, futuristic-looking decor. Here's what I think what came of the new logo. WCW had WWF on the ropes in 1997, and this made WWF change their show drastically to curve towards a different audience at the time, and a big part of this was the new Attitude Era logo. It's certain that many people didn't like this new logo either, but if you didn't notice, this was a mere variation of their mid-90s logo. It's still tilted in the same direction and the letters are placed in a similar way. So not only do you know what it says and you know what its message is, but for the viewers that stop watching WWE programming in favor of WCW programming, they will automatically know that things have changed just by looking at the logo. WCW knew that WWF had the momentum taken right from them, so just because WWF got a new, edgy logo, WCW soon after felt the need to get a new, edgy logo as well, yet completely missed the concept of it. What WCW officials failed to understand is that WWF had more than just cosmetic changes to their programming to win fans over. Just because of a new logo and a new set, the wrestling didn't get better, the booking didn't get better, and no politics nor control was either given to the right people or taken away from the wrong people. What was WCW's goal? A wrestling promotion for the new millennium? While they still showed off characters like Prince Iaukea and Disco Inferno, WWF moved on from cartoon characters like these. The problem of WCW's thinking was, besides that the logo was atrocious, was that they expected it to do much more than it possibly could. That's why WWF's logo worked so well in attracting new and old audiences, because its primary job was to just invite them all through marketing, while WWF officials knew that the quality of the show was left in their hands. WCW practically thought a new logo was going to do all the work for them in drawing audiences back to Monday Nitro, but nothing really changed, other than the show looking uglier. I understand that it's just a logo, and that there were 99 bigger factors to WCW's inevitable downfall in 2001, but it sure did help accelerate WCW's demise to the point that they got lower attendance numbers, pay-per-view buy rates, and TV ratings. Heck, even in early 2001, Just a couple months before they were to get kicked off TNT and Vince bought the tape library, they were replacing the new logo with just plain WCW text. If a new logo was necessary, which I don't think it was, then they really blew it here. WCW had a very talented graphic designer, whoever he was, just by looking at a variety of their pay-per-view logos. Was it the same designer that cooked this turd up? Who knows, but they really paid to have this made for them. This is not the worst nationwide company logo ever. Until we see a logo that is too confusing, you can't read it, has a remarkable irregular shape, and you can't describe it. This must be the worst corporate logo, possibly ever.